episode of Car Talk. We are less than 2 hours before Ramaphosa takes the seat to answer the questions regarding those Bosasa and donation money, the CR17. It doesn't look good for the president, but knowing the president, he's probably going to dodge the answers, the questions that they're going to be asked. So the notable people to look for um, are Julius Malema and Maimane. Maimane is the first person to raise the question on the Bosasa money, which Ramaphosa failed to pay, to answer. Now, the biggest problem is that Ramaphosa need to answer from Julius Malema and EFF. They made sure that EFF is in the corner because the two EFF MPs have now resigned because Ramaphosa loaned them or borrowed them or gave them 80,000 each, which Tebo Mokwele came and said bereavement. Next thing she comes and said it was for a donation for some events that she was busy with. And then the next thing she's saying that actually she just borrowed the money, she was going to bring it back. She doesn't even know about the money. But that one, we've gone past it. She said that she was going to resign, which she did with Mokhosi. And then now the ball is in the EFF. At 2 o'clock today, we are watching Ramaphosa answering questions from Malema and Maimane. Forget Maimane. We know he's going to ask the normal question. He's not radical. But we're expecting Julius to do something big here. Ramaphosa is 1-0 up because the two MPs have resigned, which were the women. And they were powerful because whenever you see them at Parliament, you can see that they were powerful. Their submissions were good. And I think EFF lost two good MPs. So now Julius would make sure that he wants to get one back at the president. Firstly, Ramaphosa needs to answer. We can see statements. The president is not is not techno-wise. He doesn't even understand technology. How do you keep sending transfers, giving people money through the bank? Obviously, everyone would know this person, he's lame. Not that the president is lame, but his actions, they are lame because you are making everything to be seen by the public. Normally, people just do that through the car boot. You just open the boot, take 80,000, give to Mokwele. No one would know that Mokwele received the money. But unfortunately, our president, I don't know about the advisors because they should have said, if you give money through the bank, everyone will trace it. So Julius is going to ask tough questions. And Ramaphosa, as we know him, he's just like Zuma. He's going to say, no, I can't answer that question. That question is with the court. And EFF will take none of it. They have one on the bag. If our MPs have resigned because of you, now no one will come to us and say, well, you're asking questions, but your MPs also benefited. Now no MPs have benefited because they are no longer part of the EFF chamber. So Malema would be asking a question like, where did you get the money? Okay, we know where you got it. They've donated to you. But how do you receive money from people you are giving favors to? They've hired them. Is it Maria Ramos? They've hired her. They've hired a lot of people. After they donated to you, now you are hiring them because it's favors. You are giving them favors for the money that they gave you. That's the first thing the president will have to answer. And we know Ramaphosa, he's a sweet talker. He's going to be talking things like, I don't know about the money that Mokwele and the other one received. I don't know what you're talking about. But I think if he's going to keep saying things like, I don't know what you're talking about, some change needs to happen. If Ramaphosa today can take ownership of all these things, he needs to go. It doesn't matter whether you have degree in business, you have money, you are a billionaire. If you can't run this country, you need to leave. And I could see that most white people like Ramaphosa because they are like, this guy would bring change. He's the person we are looking for after Mandela. Really? Ramaphosa Damn. He failed to answer the Bosasa question. He said, my son, he was just, he didn't know. First, he said he didn't know anything about the money that the son has received. He comes back to say, no, he was an advisor to Bosasa. Today, he's going to say, no, I don't know anything about the money that was donated to the EFF people and to the other white monopoly capital people. And then if he says that, it means he doesn't respect South Africa at all. Because since Ramaphosa came to this post of presidency, he didn't even show us anything. We don't even have proof to say, okay, you have 50 days as a president. We can see that 1, 2, 3 you have done, 1, 2, 3 you have done. Nothing. He must go to the Zondo Commission and say, well, you know, Zuma stole, and I also stole some money. If you're going to blame me, start with Zuma. If we can do that, we can say, at least you said something sensible. But to come to parliament today to say that I don't know anything, EFF will not leave the parliament, and then no one will chase EFF away from the parliament if today the president does not answer. So from me, my expectation is that it's either the president give a clear answer on that money, or Malema and all the EFF guys will take care of him. He must go, and we must start saying, pay back the money. That donation money, distributed then to the poor. I mean, come on. He's busy giving people a lot of money for favors. Why can't he take that money and say, we are done with CR17, and then let's distribute to the poor? But we know he's not president of the poor. If he was president of the poor, unemployment rate wouldn't be so high after he got to the presidency. And I know many people will say, actually, you are hard on him because he just got in. Hey, we don't have time to waste here. You got in yesterday, we don't care. Make changes. Yeah? Petrol is forever going up, but he just came in yesterday. We understand. Next year we'll also be saying the same thing. If we want to hear changes, he's going to go to the public and say, we promise 1, 2, 3. We promise 1, 2, 3. For how long are we going to keep saying that things are going to... And then the public protector starts saying that Ramaphosa used money illegally. That's money laundering, because that was a lot of money, millions of money. And then he goes to court and say, we need to stop the public protector from publishing these reports. If he is indeed the president, who we must say that he is the savior, why is he scared of this report? President, left is going to the poor. I mean, they still stick there to say, we are listening, Mr. President. Listening to what? And it's a shame, because I think most of the political parties in parliament, they're just there to watch the game. We're only looking, the only time Musi Maimane wants to speak is if Maimane and DA, it's if when the white minorities are in danger, when maybe it's something against them, they then want to wake up and say, no, actually this is wrong, this is this. They need to stop doing that. No wonder those votes. It's because they are not focusing on important issues. We end up going live to the channels and streaming, looking at, waiting for EFF to come. If they chase EFF out and then we switch off our TV to say, well, there's nothing we can look forward for. So my plea today, Thandi Modise must not even try to chase EFF away. And whatever actions that EFF is going to take against Ramaphosa to force him to speak about, I mean, come on, how long do we cry about things that don't even make sense? People are poor. The rich keep getting rich because money is money. There is a saying that you make money through money. I think they need to change that. You get the presidency through money. For people to be in this post, Didi would got that presidency because he doesn't have more money. By 3 years' time, Didi would be the president. If Ramaphosa doesn't make change, and then he doesn't take ownership, Didi would be the president. So my thing is, Mr. President, please be techno-wise, because everyone would know that, oh, he's distributing money again. Don't use your funds through the bank. Do it the back door. We know it's common. Everyone is using money to get political points. But today, Mr. President must just tell us about the money, apologize to the nation, and then take this if you do that. Because we no longer trust you. We can't trust someone who doesn't think for us, the poor. So also to the EFF and the DA and other smaller parties, make sure the president answers. We do not accept the fact that you can't answer now, you don't know, things like that. No, we won't accept that. All we want to hear from you is, are you going to apologize? Yes or no? Who are all your sponsors? You name them. And then what is the next step from there? If you don't answer those things, we don't have the confidence. And then if you can give us answers on those things, at least we can trust that Ramaphosa, he's a genuine leader. He wants to make change in this country. But if he can't make change, then obvious, let's get someone who will. But oh God, it's like the better the devil you know. Because the one that is the deputy, we know it's going to do better than Ramaphosa or worse. That's where we find ourselves. Huh? As a nation, we find ourselves where we need to decide whether we take this one or this one. But ANC doesn't have leaders that we can look forward to, because they've invested too much on the old guys. Imagine, it's 2019. We're still looking at the guys who were there in 1994, 1989. The same people who were fighting for freedom then are the same people who are still looking forward to save us now. Yeah? They don't even know about technology. But we're still saying the industrial revolutions. We need the old president, our grandparents. They are the ones who are coming here now. We must look at them and say, this is the president to help us. Sponsors and all these, the donations, I'm telling you, you wouldn't find any trace to say that actually this is the bank that he paid with, this is what's going on. Because they already understand technology, that if you are not wise with the new technology, they're going to catch you. So the president has been caught. We are only waiting for the president can take the money. And then from there, just tell us what is the next step. Give the poor money that you benefited from, and then create jobs. By December, if we are still crying about job losses, then we are not going anywhere as a country. We are not Zimbabwe, remember? We are South Africa. All the African countries, they look forward to South Africa to say, this is the big guns. But if we continue like this, we are going nowhere. We won't change anything as a country. So I'm looking forward to see what the president would say today. And then hopefully, of today, maybe I think the parliament will close around the DA, the EFF. Those are the big guns that when they ask questions, we know that after the EFF, there are smaller parties. After the EFF, we know it's going to erupt, because it's either the president is going to be forced to answer. If he does, we stop parliament, because how do you let the guy continue answering questions if he can focus on what's important? Mr. I don't know. That's what he says. He just says, I don't know. And then we leave it like that. We say, no, the president doesn't know. Another scandal comes again, and then he will say, I don't know again. Please, presidents, provide us with the answers. Then we can only grow as people. So we're trying to capitalize on the conversations. Click the subscribe link and then script the notification one. There is a bell there that you click, and then you listen to all the story. So 2 p.m. today, we are about maybe 50 something minutes, maybe, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 hour something minutes before Ramaphosa starts talking. So we are waiting. Make sure you watch it, the channel, the Parliament channel, SABC and ENCA will be broadcasting it live. So we are watching the president and we are looking forward to hear what Malema says. Understand Musi Maimane has big questions, but we are looking for the CIC. He's gonna roast that guy. And if he does that, he has our full support, because this country can't go on any longer talking about corruption, talking about unemployment, while the elephant is in the room, or the buffalo, whatever you call it. So, Mr. President, we are waiting. Make sure that you don't disappoint us. Thank you guys for watching. That was the live broadcast of the Car Talk. Thank you guys.